Welcome everyone to our cycle training on our stories. And our stories are more important than you think. They're that's often what a person will remember the first. And it might not even be your story, right? That impresses them. It might be somebody else's. So we're certainly able to help each other with that. And I'd like to welcome Nada to share some more information on that.
Absolutely. And you know, we're going to be practicing, and I did send out the questions earlier, so I'm hoping that some of you are ready and prepared. We've got some new promoters on this evening that might be a little nervous to participate, but let me tell you, Cindy, do you remember when I asked you to talk in front of a group of people over 20 years ago? What happened to you?
Oh, I don't like getting up even to say my name. I didn't. And yeah, I'd turn all sorts of colors. I'd be feeling like I had to run to the washroom. All those normal responses, right?
And you know, it's funny, we forget, like when you start sharing your experience, I remember 30 years ago when Alan and Elise, when we were running our meetings at the office in Mississauga, and they would ask me to stand up and talk or you know, even introduce myself, I would get so nervous. I'd get sweaty armpits, and you know, I'd get these, like, it was so uncomfortable. And Al kept saying, you know, it's going to get better. It's going to get better. You know, that's all part of the personal growth, part of the personal development. And sure enough, in time, you know, and it's just a matter of doing it. So this is a safe place to practice. You're not practicing in front of, you know, guests that you're trying to impress, okay? We're here to practice so we get comfortable sharing your story, okay? So Cindy, since you're an expert now, would you mind maybe starting and sharing, so your background, your former occupation, you know, some of the problems and challenges you had, the solution, and how you see the future?
Okay, thank you, Nada. Yeah, I live with my husband, Mike. You can see I'm actually being a little rough here myself. But I have my handsome husband, Mike, and I have 2 grown children and 6 grandchildren. I used to work at a company, electronics company, and I was actually downsized back in 2010. But back 23 years ago, I started with Neolife. But for 5 years prior to that, I suddenly had pain from the neck down. And a friend had kept on telling me about Neolife, but I really was very skeptical. I was going to doctors, chiropractors. I was eating well, or felt I was eating well and getting everything from my food. But one day she said to me, just be careful of the source of what I was taking, some fish oils. And that just triggered my interest. So I did go to a presentation and started on the products. It just made so much sense. And within 3 weeks, my energy came back, and a month and a half later, the chronic pain I lived with for years was gone. So, you know, I did just start sharing that with people, very much part-time. And when I was downsized, I was able to fall back on doing just Neolife. So, you know, I really do see, I'm 68 now, so my husband just retired as well. So I do see Neolife, one, it gives me purpose, especially nowadays with what's going on. And and also to be able to travel and give us some of those extra things in retirement that, you know, our pensions don't quite cover. Well, actually, my husband doesn't even have a pension. So yeah, this really does help to give us a brighter future.
Awesome. Okay, so did everybody hear the you know, her background, a little bit about herself, right? A little bit about the problems that she had with her health, a little bit of issues with her work and her job, right? Being downsized, and then the solution and and how she sees her future. Okay, so this is what I would like you to share with us this evening. I would like to, who can I pick on? Who's ready? Who's ready and ready, bright-eyed and ready? Come on, put your hand up. I'll pick on you first, and then the ones that are, all right, Wen, woohoo, Trooper, and Jess. I will do Wen and then Jess. Awesome. Or is it Jess? I'll ask you after Jesse, if you like Jesse. Okay, Wen, go for it, girl.
All right, here I go. Oops. Hi, I'm Wen Bogues, single person again, living in a small town, Wellington, Prince Edward County. I'm a former nurse practitioner, now retired, and not living La Vida Loca. I still struggle with insufficient funds and or debt. I've been using the products for 36 plus years and using Neolife supplements. I've been using the products for 36 plus years and loving them. In my mid 40s, I was able to deal with my unhealthy lipid profile and classic migraines using Neolife supplements and no medication. My job as an NP was very rewarding, but in hindsight, I had to care for and really care about many people who couldn't see their way out of bad health. So much negativism. In my retirement, I've discovered that I didn't get enough of a golden retirement package for financial and time freedom. I do not want to live a constricted retirement. Oops. I started working the Neolife business and I'm making almost $500 a month after just 1 year. I look forward to growing my business and helping more people who want better health. Thank you.
Well, that's awesome, Wen. Woo-hoo! Thank you. Great job. All right, Jess, are you ready, girl? And I have to say, can I introduce you? Because there's a history. Some of you don't know who Jess is, but many of you know that I was introduced to Neolife by my neighbor, Flo and Robin. And Flo and Robin were introduced by their friend Gord. And Gord was introduced by Alan and Elise. And Alan and Elise are the couple that helped me build my business. They are the ones that hosted all our meetings in Mississauga. They're the ones that helped me do all my training, product training, business training, everything. And now Jess is their granddaughter. So it's kind of cool, right? So
no pressure
even though
whatsoever.
she's not, that's funny, right? So anyway, her mom and husband have taken over the business. This is the cool part about second and third generation, right? Mm-hmm. So the business was passed down to Jesse's mom and dad, and now Jess has signed up as a promoter. Did you sign up right under your mom? Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Anyways, welcome.
So, yeah, thank you. I talk really fast, and I timed myself a little earlier on this, so I was like, okay, I'm right in the 2 minutes.
That's okay.
So it'll probably take some tweaking, but hi, my name is Jessie. I'm calling in from North Bay. I have a Bachelor of Science in Forensic Science, and I'm specialized in psychology. However, currently I work for a plumbing and HVAC wholesaler. I'm an e-business specialist, so ultimately I teach my team members and their clients the benefit of our online platform and how it can be used to improve the way they do their business. Technically, I've been a promoter with Neolife for just under a year now, but I'm proud to say I'm a third generation Neolifer, as Nana just said. The not so proud part is that I haven't always been on the Neolife train. I've always considered myself sort of healthy. I mean, I'm young, I eat pretty well, I'm active, or well, moderately active, and I would always contribute my feeling tired or sore to external factors such as my stressful job. So naturally, when I changed roles, I assumed that I would feel better. However, I was wrong. So I decided to start looking into what my grandparents had been talking about all these years ago. If you ask my mom, she would probably tell you that my first word was why. So I did a bunch of research as to why I should choose Neolife. And what I discovered was that the scientist in me was more than satisfied with the quality of the products. And then the psychologist in me was thrilled to see the community that Neolife had to offer. So I committed myself to a whole month using the breakfast pack. I wasn't perfect, but wow, could I ever tell when I cheated on myself and skipped a day? In that month, I had more energy than I ever thought possible. My attitude changed. I went from drinking on average 3 to 4 large coffees or teas a day down to one single 8-ounce cup of coffee. huge game changer. So now that I'm feeling better and can see things a little more clearly, I realize the skills and that I use and apply each and every day in my current role could easily be transferred to growing my own business through Neolife, where I can share the benefits of the Neolife products and with others, and how joining the Neolife family can change someone's life, not just their business, although hopefully both. So
Awesome. Woohoo! So happy to have you. We need
you.
more young people part of this this journey, this train that we're on, right? So that's great. Way to go, Jess. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
I'll tell you right now, I sent you a message. Your grandparents would be so proud. This was their dream.
Yeah,
Their dream
no
was for
pressure, but
something
exciting.
in their family, you know, to catch the vision, right?
Yeah.
So anyway,
It's
such
funny
a
when
pleasure.
it's funny when my parents show me their ID number and it's 000000003. Like they are number 3 in Canada, and they're like, "Oh, and your uncle, he's number 2." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So it's pretty cool.
I know.
It's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool, actually. That's awesome. All right. Okay. Who's next? Who is
Okay, I'll
bold enough
go.
to put their hand? All
I'll
right,
go.
Polly. Woohoo! Go, girl.
You make me laugh. My name is Pauline, and I'm a retired RN. I live with my husband in Silver Lake, Alberta, and we have 2 children, a girl and a boy, and they both are teachers. I've learned about Neolife and used the products consistently for about 5 years after my husband was diagnosed with cancer and my daughter with MS. They're both doing wonderful now. I used the products only periodically, but now I've resumed about 8 months ago in September of 2020 after I was diagnosed with asthma in May of 2020. I do not like to take regular medications. I always fight with doctors about it. Because I was coughing a lot, I was put in puffers, Ventolin puffers. It gave me terrible headaches, and I felt nauseated and sick with it. And then I remembered Neolife, and I called my friend Joe, who introduced me to Neolife over 23 years ago. I started using the products, and in 1 month, I was off my puffers because I stopped coughing and I felt fine. So I felt good about that. I feel good about my future. I think my future is bright. I do live with one medical issue. I have a pulmonary embolus, which now has been dissipated, and I have an aortic aneurysm. We have our son living here with us in Alberta, and we plan to continue with Neolife until such time as life ends. There are many pathways for all of us to love one another, to help those in need, eat healthy, exercise, and to stay healthy, and to use Neolife products and to share it with others. I'm happy to be a part of the Neolife family.
Yay. That's great. Joan, you must be so proud of Polly. That's wonderful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. No.
All right. Who's next?
I live with my husband in Alberta.
Shelley.
Okay, so my name is Shelley and I live in Elora, and I've been married for 36 years to my husband Brad, and we have 1 son and a daughter-in-law and a 12-year-old dog named Abby. And I played a lot of sports growing up in my early 20s, and I needed surgery for the pain in both my knees. I started wearing neoprene braces too, so I could continue to be active with cycling and running and curling and playing volleyball. Fast forward to my mid-40s and my knee issues started to come back again. I didn't want to have surgery again, so for 2 years, I tried various natural and synthetic products, and either they worked for a bit and they stopped, or they didn't work at all. So I was pretty frustrated. I liked being active. I wanted to be able to do long distance cycling with Brad, and I wanted to be able to continue my mom's son's ski getaway that I treasured so much. And then Nada popped into my life with Neolife. And within a month of being on the full motion, my knee pain was gone. And I added the Salmon Oil Plus, and I no longer used my neoprene braces. And after 12 years of being on the products and enjoying curling and skiing and biking and doing yoga, I'm still pain-free. And then I broke my leg in February 20th, and surgery for a rod and 4 screws put me back together. Added some healthy meals and positive healing and healing environment and more Neolife products, and my recovery has been amazing. So people say that I'm way too peppy, and they're surprised that the inflammation is less than what they expected. But thanks to Neolife for helping me get back to being active again. And I love sharing with people about this journey because it would be great for people to try these products.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Shelley. I've watched you in that journey. It's been wonderful. Thank you so much. Yay. All right. Who's bold? Put your hand up. Who's next?
I can do.
Okay, Dara.
I just prepared myself now.
That's
so,
okay.
But anyway, I need to do that. I was thinking after listening, after the retreat, you have to be a leader. So I thought, why not? I'm always like, let it go, let it go. So while you guys are telling that, I just wrote it, but it's okay. That's fine.
Okay. Yeah, that's okay. That's why we're here. We're here to practice.
So my name is Dawa, as you all know. I have 2 children and a husband, and they both are, my 2 children are doing very well their studies. Melanie's doing, my daughter's name is Melanie, and my son's name is Joel. Melanie's doing her PhD, and my son is doing master's in mental health. However, I worked hard for 30 years. I need to go every day, 9 to 5, every day for 9 to 5 jobs. I didn't like that. However, I need to support my family. I worked hard, and I thought I should do something else to come out from my regular job. Then I was introduced this Neolife by Nada St. Jamin. First, I was using this product. It worked very well. I also had asthma. Recently, I went for a surgery, and I have had it was so bad, and I went to the depression states. And then I started to use this product. It worked very well. And also I shared all this, my story, to people who wanted a healthy, who are struggling with health issue, and I shared with them. Now I really wanted to, not only the business, I really want to share my story to others, as well as doing a part-time job that will be great help for my family. I just wrote it now, and that just
fantastic. You know what, Dawa? That's the first time that I think I've heard you put something together and share in our group, and it's excellent. So now that
I just write it quickly because I know that I didn't do my work, but I was so busy.
That's okay.
And so I thought, okay, let me do that. And also, I'm always like behind. I do not want that. And also, I just want to be a leader. I am actually, I'm the office, I'm a supervisor. However, I always allow them to do other people my work. So I said, let it go forward.
You're doing a great
so
job.
After the retreat, yes, that's fine. I know that.
Yeah, I think
so bad.
I think the retreat inspired you just to step up a little bit, because a lot of stuff that's been happening in your team, you've developed leaders very quickly, right? Like Violet has become a leader, and she's kind of taken off on her own, which is great. You want to develop people like that. That's what you want on your team. But you're doing fantastic.
Correct. Absolutely.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Excellent. Anybody else? Who's next? All right, Leonie, unmute.
Okay, I'm going to try. I'm thinking of a little bit of a different background here. I want to start with a different background. Okay. Hello there. My name is Leonie, and I live in Orangeville with my husband, Steve, and we have two sons. One is James and one's Sean, and James actually got married. So I'm just a year and a half ago, and I'm just waiting for a grandchild. So, you know, I got to wait for them to come, so not yet. But in any case, basically what it is I came to this country when I was in my 20s. And throughout, when I arrived here, what I did was I became a supply teacher. And also I was with another company, and I love supply teaching actually, in Brampton. I lived in Brampton. And then I joined a company, an MLM company. And we were really, you know, liking that company. And there were a lot of things that I liked about it. But then there were certain things that, you know, did not address the issues that we had. And particularly what happened was I suffered from chronic fatigue, in that every afternoon from 2 to 2:30, I had to go have a nap. And at that time I was in my 40s, and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm getting old. But you know what? No, you're not old at 40. And so my husband had issues with its digestion. My son also, one had allergies and one had focusing issues. So we tried that. We tried these products, and didn't really work. And then one day when I moved up to Orangeville, I was volunteering with a youth ministry in my church, and that's how I met Nada. And when Steve had really bad diverticulitis, she approached me, and that's how we got to arrest all our health issues. And you know what? Within a very short time, we had amazing results. And I had also arthritis, and I used to creak. My knees used to creak, and they don't creak anymore. So, you know, with that, we thought, okay, with all this and the fact that my background was with people, I love people, and I thought, you know what? Let's give this a shot. And because we had all these wonderful results, and we said this is a good way of making money, but also to help people. It was helping our finances and helping people. And that's what I like. So I've been with Neolife for 13 years, and I've grown, and there's so much, to learn from it. And it has given me a whole lease in life, in that actually, I got to share this. I recently went for, and it's a lease in life actually, I went for a heart procedure, an angiogram. And the guy said to me, when he came back, the surgeon said, you know what, your heart, you have a young heart like a teenager, which meant that at my age, there should be some blockage. But you know what, there's no blockage. So I'm young at heart. And this spurs me over, spurs me on. And I'm so looking forward to, being with Neolife and continuing until whenever, but it's a growing experience, and I just love it. Thank you.
Thank you. Way to go. Actually, it's nice to see all the different twists in everybody's story, right? Because you've got the structure now, right? So that's great. Thank you so much. All right, who's next? Come on. Do I have to pick on somebody? It's better to be a volunteer than to be voluntold. All right, Patience. Woohoo!
Hi, I have nothing prepared as such because I just finished doing my work and then I read the email. But
okay.
I'll just go with the framework, the frame piece that you put there. So my name is Patience.
Okay.
I have a family of myself and my two children and my greater family. I'm a sole support parent right now. I'm a social worker by training. Right now I do case management with the Department of Veterans Affairs. So I take care of the veterans. I live in Ottawa. And I've been with Neolife since 1996. That was, I said Neolife when I was still living in Uganda, then moved to Canada in 2003. I was still married then. And I've been using, my kids used the supplements for the kids for quite some time, actually, until they were able to say no to them. But otherwise, before that, they were using them continuously. They even had a name for them. I've used, I think one of the other products I've used continuously is aloe vera gel. I've used Super 10 and LDC on and off, but mostly on. I remember I used to live, there was a time I lived in Sudbury and I would take weekends off and go and buy it in Mississauga. So there's some products I've had experience with for a while. And 2019, I had problems with my knees. And actually, when I joined Your Life initially was because of money, but that did not take off. So that's why I kind of relaxed about it. I just stayed using the products. But in 2019, my knees started hurting. And then 2020, I got a scan and the doctor told me I was developing a cyst in my joint, a Baker's cyst. So I sat down with the doctor and asked, what can I do about it? Because she told me that I'm going to have to depend on painkillers and need maybe injections in the future and maybe surgery in the future. So I asked the doctor to explain to me what is this thing, Baker's cyst, and what can I use to reduce it or to remove it? So then she told me about, well, I needed to reduce weight. And then she told me about using something with a good glucosamine. And generally one time I had a fracture in my leg that I didn't know about. So she told me, well, you need to use the calcium to help you strengthen your bones. And of course, you need to keep on using the vitamin D. So I said, okay. So then I remembered, oh, there's this thing called Neolife. They had some supplements. And back then, I remembered one of the things that people used to talk about in the 90s was the thing about joints and the blood pressure. And then the doctor was also telling me my blood pressure is often higher than it should be. So I was like, okay, maybe I should actually try them. So I was buying them. So I just upped my order to start including health supplements. And after a few months, I actually felt much better in my knees. So then that's when I got the guts to start talking about it to people. And since then, slowly by slowly, I'm talking to one person at a time. And I know from the time I joined, from the stories that I had from some of our uplines like Charlie and Alta Bolton and others in South Africa, the business works. So I know there is a money thing at the end if I can help people to get better with their own health. So that's why I'm sticking to it. I know that there is a future at it. So I know that slowly by slowly, as I expand it while still doing my job, I can make it bigger to have a better income and get some future for myself, because I know I'm a single parent. I've worked for the government, but not for so long to have a great pension. So I know that I need to take care of my future. And I know there is a future with New Life. So that's my New Life story.
Thank you. Awesome. Thank you. Awesome, Patience. All right. Joan, you ready? Can I pick on you?
What I did was, I think I'm going to follow the script. So I guess it's simple for a new person. So I'm not going to, I'm going to do the old one, right? A sort of.
And that's what we want to. I know Patience wasn't really prepared tonight, but you know what? It's still great for everybody to hear her story. And you know what you'll find, Patience? What all the points that you covered were excellent. And I think just shortening it so that when you're talking to a new person, you don't want to overwhelm them with too much stuff. So Joan has usually a long story, like we all do when we do our meetings like online. But when you're meeting somebody for the first time, it should be like a 2-minute kind of story. So Joan, if you want to, give us an example, because I know sometimes it's long, but tonight we're going to try to shorten it a bit. So thank you.
I'll just follow the script, right? I'll just sort of follow it briefly, and right. So
yeah.
Hi everyone, my name is Joan Poon. I'm a retired registered nurse. My husband's name is Winston. We live in Mississauga. We've been married for 42 years. He's a logistics salesperson. We have 2 grown kids. They're 39 and 33, and 2 grandkids, about 4 and a year and a half. When I was introduced to Neolife 26 years ago, I had just finished treatments for breast cancer, and I was looking for something to boost my immune system and my energy level. And that's when I started using the products. And I felt a huge difference in my energy level when I started taking it. And also I was able to get rid of my seasonal allergies by boosting my immune system. And I'm so grateful for these Neolife products. because I can proudly say that I'm a 39-year breast cancer thriver. And I'm very excited about the future with Neolife because of the residual income that I get from sharing my story. And I was able to take early retirement 11 years ago because of that residual income.
Excellent.
So that's, yeah.
Way to go. Perfect. Thank you. Actually, that's great. That kind of scares me because I know mine's a little long too. So I got to really shorten mine too, Joni.
So Nada, a question. So
Yeah.
she said that she used the script. So it's a
I
general
emailed it to everybody. It's in the email for the link tonight. It's your background, your name, if you're married.
Yeah, understood. Okay.
Just answered those those 4 questions.
Okay.
Just so that you can zero in and just give some key points to each category.
Okay. Understood.
Awesome. Thank you.
Oh, hi, Jessie. Welcome. I had a feeling it was Jessie. I was going to ask you. She was a little kid.
I know. She was little when we had our picnic. There was a little Jessie running around, right?
Did I ask you why?
Who's asking why?
What's that?
I said, did I ask you why at the picnics?
Oh yeah.
I'm just making a joke about my, sorry. I'm trying to be funny. It's not really my strong suit.
Actually, it just clicked that you said. I wasn't sure who said it because I was kind of looking at the screen. Awesome. That's a good. All right. All right. Paula, Paula's here from Ireland. Oh my gosh, she's a trooper. I don't know what the time is there now tonight. Do you want to share your story quickly? Did you get the email that explained the 4 points? Did you want to share?
I'm very sleepy.
I know. Did you prepare? If not, I understand. If you want to wait till next week, you can. But if you want to share tonight.
Next week.
Next week? Okay. And you know what? I'll help you. I'll work on that with you. Okay. So I totally understand. No worries. And we recorded everybody's stories. So when we send the email out, so when you go to practice again, you can get different points from everybody. So a few of us already shared our stories. So you can go back and listen. And I know you go back and listen to the trainings after, which is great. That's why we're happy to have these recorded. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll quickly go, and then I want Violet, I want Amy, Kathy, Eulalie, who's left? And Luz, if you're ready, Luz, if you're just wanting to learn and listen, no problem. I totally understand. She just signed up a few days ago. So I'm just going to share. My name is Nada St. Germain. I live in East Garifraxa in the country, north of Toronto, with my husband and my 2 kids, 2 boys. They're 21 and 23. I used to be a police officer in the city. I really struggled with a lot of health challenges, a lot of respiratory and fatigue and digestion. My mom was also struggling with her health, did not believe in taking supplements because I watched my mom take supplements for a number of years with no results. Then I was introduced to Neolife by my neighbor, got curious about the product. I wanted to give them a try because I watched her get some really quick results with her fatigue and her depression. And lo and behold, after a short time of using the products from Neolife, what a difference. Energy, no more joint pain, no more digestive issues. My mom, it turned her health around. I just started to share. And it was interesting because I thought I was going to be a police officer. I thought that was going to be my career. But as I started to share these products with others and started to generate a part-time income, I realized that I wanted more out of life. I wanted time freedom. I wanted to stay home and start a family. And this business had allowed both my husband and I to leave our jobs, to stay home, to buy our dream home in the country, and just really, focus on having an impact and building a business and helping others achieve their dreams and their goals as well. That was a short version. I hope that was okay. Okay.
That's nice.
Okay. Eulalie.
Oh, yeah. Hello, everyone. My name is Eulalie. I'm divorced. I have been working as an office manager for a number of years until my position became redundant. And I had to start looking for work. And then I thought that was the worst thing that could ever happen to me. In hindsight, it turned out to be the best because I've always wanted to be on my own, sort of run my own business. And that catapulted me to at least start my business. I got started as an event and wedding planner. I am a certified wedding and event planner, and I'm also a certified travel agent. So that has helped me along the way. In the meantime, while I was doing that, in between weddings and events, I decided to look at some MLM business. And over the years, I've done a number of them, but never really 100% satisfied or thought that they were what I wanted to do. And then I got introduced to Neolife, which was then GNLD. I loved it because I realized the products worked, and I decided to stick with it. I gave it a break for a while and I came back, but Neolife is now my plan for the future. I've decided to make Neolife my path to financial growth.
Way to go. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Girl. Fantastic. You can really see the personal development over the last few months in some of you guys, right? And that's the whole point of practicing, and that's great, Yuli. Thank you. Thank you so much. And I know you've recently signed up a new promoter that's on with us this evening, Luz. So I just want to welcome Luz. So maybe you can even work with Luz for the next training if you want, and work on her story. Okay.
Yep.
Awesome.
Okay.
Okay. Violet.
Hi, everyone. My name is Violet Abraham, and my husband is Michael Cavanero. And my background is public health. And after 28 years, I went into my hobby, which was wedding planning and event planning. And I have my own company that's called Violets for You. And my husband is a physicist, and he's the Dean of Science and Technology at one of the universities in Staten Island. And we both have 4 kids total, all girls. And we enjoy them very much. And how I came to know about Neolife is through Dawa. Dawa, I knew for so many years. I don't even know how many years we have been friends, and through church. And then she used to visit me, and we were good friends. And then she called me up and she started talking about Neolife. And I got interested. I thought right now with COVID, event planning and floral designs and things like that are very slow because nobody's doing any events. So I thought, okay, let me get involved in Neolife, and met all of you guys. And I started the business January 18th of this year. And I am just doing, Neolife now and enjoying it. And I had a knee pain when Dava was actually talking to me about Neolife. And I thought I'll try it. And I tried, she told me to take salmon oil. And through her, I met Nada. And then the salmon oil really worked. And I don't have the pain anymore. So now, I have my daughter got better with her digestive issues, and my younger daughter got better with skin issues. And so now I have plenty of testimonies to talk to people, and I'm having fun with it.
Yes, you're doing awesome. Thank you. on the road, very close to 2,000 PV. So she's been a sponsoring machine these last couple of months. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, Kathy. Thank you.
I didn't write anything down, so I'm sort of going to wing it. Hi, my name is Kathy, and I live in Brampton, Ontario with my husband, Angelo. I have a daughter who was married about 9 months ago. And I was in the corporate world. And during that time, my husband got diagnosed with stage 2 prostate cancer. He went for conventional therapy about 6 months later. And when we went for a follow-up, we discovered that the 38 bouts of aggressive radiation didn't work out as well as we had thought. And at that point, he had stage 4 aggressive and incurable prostate cancer. During that time, his cousin introduced us to a company called Neolife, and we learned that fueling the body with proper nutrition could actually, the body could actually heal itself. So it sparked some interest. We gave it a try, and the results were amazing. Within 2 to 3 months, we went back to the oncologist's office, and the oncologist said, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. During that time, my company was downsized. I was in the corporate world. And I guess that was a blessing because it allowed me to focus a little bit more on my husband. I was going under a lot of stress at the time. And I found that, by taking the products, I was feeling more energetic. I was getting quality sleep. I was feeling less stressed. And it gave me the strength and ability to support my husband and my family. It was an eye-opener without without the corporate job. I've decided to jump in with a business, and I'm loving it. It's been almost 2 years, and I love caring and sharing and helping others with their health and wellness. And thank you.
Fantastic, Kathy. You nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. Thank you so much for sharing. Wonderful. Where are we? Who is left? Amy. No? What's that face about, Amy? Come on. You're
Okay. Hi, I'm Amy. I'm a registered nurse. I have been married for 15 years. We have 3 younger children. Megan's 12. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Megan's 12 years old. Ashley's 9. Matthew's 5, almost 6 this month. We live in Brampton. I've been on Neolife for about 9 years because my mom was introduced to it from Cindy. And if my mom uses anything and she says it works, then I believe her because she doesn't usually go with anything. So I was experiencing allergies for many years, and I was taking over-the-counter medication. And then I got to the point where I couldn't take the allergy injections. I was on prescriptions 24 every day of the year. And I was feeling the results of that. Like I was very sleepy. I had bad health, poor health, heavy menstrual cycles, and I would sleep constantly. I'm really excited because as I'm on my health journey, I'm exercising daily. I'm starting to lose weight. My menstrual cycles have gone from 8 to 10 days down to like 4 or 5 days, no cramps, and I'm sleeping less.
That's great, Amy. And your future? You're helping people and building a business.
Yes. I didn't get that far.
Okay, no, you know what?
I've been dealing with my dad.
I know you have been. I know there's a lot going on right now, but you know what? Even just you being on tonight and sharing, it's so powerful. It really, really is. And I know you're getting out of your comfort zone a little bit, but that's what we need to do to grow. And especially if you want to be a leader and develop other leaders. Okay, so excellent.
That was awesome, Amy.
It was.
Awesome.
It was actually fantastic. Yeah.
I must say that it must be doing something because my dad, before I even sent the testimonies that you sent me, Cindy, I stopped over to drop off my mom's Neolife, and my dad said, "Hey, I have a question for you. Can any of that stuff there help me with my heart?"
Oh.
I said, "Yeah, that's why I came over. Here's what we got to do, Dad."
Oh,
and so that's why. So he's ordered it. So hopefully he'll get it really fast.
Oh, that's great, Amy. I know that's been something that's been weighing on you, and getting your parents to listen, because sometimes family is the hardest to convince, right? To take a look, and that's great. I'm so
you guys might have to help me more because he said he's only doing this 30 days.
That's okay. He'll I'll tell you right now. And a perfect example is Violet. Violet did not want to do the shake. Hey, Violet, remember that? No, I don't like shakes. No. And now what's happening?
You're on the shake.
Violet.
I know that.
Every day. She's taking more. She's taking twice.
They're afraid to.
I know.
She's
Thank
taking two
Maybe
classes.
tell him he'll have a young heart.
All right.
A young heart.
She told me today, took two.
Glasses, yeah.
Nice.
My husband takes 2 glasses. I take 2 glasses.
I
full.
did tell her, mind you, your husband is going to take more.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and she told me, never, 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 I will never do the shakes. I will never do the shakes. And I said, Violet, how are you going to build a business if you're not trying the shakes? How are you going to share to people that you, like, okay, I'll try it. Now she's like, I love the shakes.
She did tell me
Anyways,
too
I want
that.
to thank you all. Yes, I know, I remember, but everybody did a fantastic job. I have to say, it was so great hearing all your stories. And the key, just remember, when you're meeting somebody, it's got to be to the point, not too much detail, but just so that you want them to say, that's kind of like me, right? You want to share a little bit of your pain, right? A little bit of your family, a little bit of your pain and the challenges and the struggles, the solution, and how you see your future. Okay, that's just an easy flow. So just keep practicing. And yeah, I thought everybody was fantastic. And I want to thank you all for joining. And for those of you that didn't share because you weren't quite ready, Paula, if you're ready next week, we'll maybe, if you want to jump on just for a couple of minutes and share your story. And if Luz is ready, just let us know, Yuli, if Luz is ready. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, hi, Luz. Hi.
Hi.
Welcome.
You know, I was encouraged to share mine, although I don't have much to say yet. And
that's okay.
The product I have not tried yet, but the vision that I'm looking forward to see is that this would be a promising based on the stories that I heard tonight. Mm-hmm. Anyways, I am Luz Bernajea. By profession, I am an engineer, but I work as a property manager. But my work is so stressful, and since the time I start working as a property manager, my health declines. So I'm lately, how many days ago? Yolili,
last week Thursday.
Yolili called me. I normally don't take any calls that I don't know the number, but I got that, and I found out it was Yolili, and he talked about Neo Life. Yolili, I know Yolili on a previous LMM
business.
Yes, business 2014, I guess.
Yep.
Right. Yeah, and so I said I respect Yolili, so I said okay, I will try, because I'm also having issues now on my health. Like since I had this job, I've been having a palpitation of my heart, like especially when I'm depressed or I'm stressed out of job. So I said, let me try. I have been trying so many nutritions, but it seems like it doesn't work. So I'm looking forward that if I started doing it, because I just received my package today.
Oh,
so
yay.
Great.
So I will start, and you will have my stories when I'm.
Isn't that funny how somebody starts the business without even trying the products?
Exactly.
Isn't that the coolest?
I respected you, Lily.
Yes.
And I have also this feeling that I need to get this bad issues, health issues that I had. So I give a try.
Way to go.
Absolutely fantastic. You're awesome. Thank you so much. Welcome.
Nice to meet you all.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So again, I just want to thank you all for this amazing training. We are going to be jumping on the product presentation in about 10 minutes. So if you have any guests, if you want to just jump on and learn more about Neolife, we sent you guys a link for that for 7 o'clock, or so for 8 o'clock tonight. Cindy and myself and Mary Ellen will be doing that presentation shortly. So we'll see you over on the next screen. So I think Cindy's going to stop the recording.